even if there is some inhuman beings reside inside our house, according to Buddha's teaching, Buddha's advice, what we have to do is we offer something in the name of Sangha. Sangha means the monks community, the disciple of the Buddha, Buddha's son. In the name of Buddha's disciple, that is Sangha, we make some kinds of offering. That's what exactly you did just now. And by offering something to the Sangha, the monks community, whatever merits we accrue by offering various kinds of things, usable things, the merits we accrue, and we share those merits with our invisible humans and inhumans, either far or near, or inside the home or outside the home. And it is believed that even if inhuman beings or the hungry ghosts or the spirits, even they reside in our home, they get these merits, and then they go away to their safer place, and then let the householder live peacefully, happily, without any disturbances, without any problem. This is what the Buddha's teaching says. One sutta name is Theravada Sutta. It's called Theravada Sutta. This Buddha mentioned about this kind of incident. Once, when Buddha was living in India, at the time there was a king, Bimbisara. In his previous life, during the Buddha's time, the king Bimbisara invited the Buddha along with his disciple, Buddha's pupil, the Buddha's son, to have lunch and offer many kinds of requisites that the monks needed. And then Buddha came to that ceremony, offering ceremony, and then after that, after the offering ceremony was done, the Buddha returned back to his temple, monastery. And then on that very night, what happened is, on that very night, after the meritorious ceremony was over, in the late night, there was some strange noises the king heard in the late night. He could not sleep well because of that disturbances. And next day morning, he went to the temple in order to report what happened in the last night. And then Buddha said, the merits you made yesterday, it was only for you, but you did not share the merits with your departed souls, departed relatives who are passed away in long eons ago. So Buddha said, there are some relatives of the king Bimbisara who were expecting that the king will share the merit that he did last time. They were all expecting, and they were waiting outside the house, but they are waiting outside the house, but they are not visible, they are invisible, because after they passed away, they became one kind of, we call, it's in Pali called Peta, it's called hungry ghosts. Once someone is born into that hungry ghost, they have nothing to eat, no clothes, no food to eat, there's nothing, no shelter. So that's why they suffer a lot. And when the king Bimbisara uh, performed that meritorious deeds offered to Buddha, those very relatives were expecting that King Bimbisara will share the merits with them also. But King Bimbisara, he forgot to share the merits. Although he offered lunch, food, many other requisites to the Buddha and Buddha's disciple also, but he did not share the merits. Whatever merits he accrued, whatever merits he gained from offering those requisites, he forgot to share that merits to uh, his departed relatives who are born in that kind of hungry ghost, who doesn't have any shelter, anything to wear, no clothes, no food. They just suffer a lot. So that's why in the late night they made different kinds of disturbances to the king Bimbisara. And then after knowing that, King Bimbisara again invited the Buddha, please Buddha, I invite you again next morning, please come to my home again. I will arrange again that kind of offering ceremony. I will offer lunch, food, and other requisites, and then whatever merits will accrue by offering those things to the Sangha, I will share those merits to my relatives who are reborn in the hungry ghost, who became as a hungry ghost, who are suffering a lot. So I will share them. This time I will share with my relatives. Then accordingly Buddha again went to the King Bimbisara's royal palace, and then they performed the meritorious ceremony. They offered many kinds of requisites to the Buddha and Buddha's disciples, and then they offered lunch. They treated the Buddha and the Buddha's disciple with very good food, and then after that the Buddha narrated the story that in many eons ago, um, at that time there was a Buddha, a previous Buddha whose name was Pussa. During Pussa Buddha, because according to Buddha's teaching we have many Buddhas, so Pussa Buddha is one of previous Buddha. So during the Pussa Buddha's time, King Bimbisara uh, was like some head of the village, and then at the time he invited the Buddha and then performed some kinds of meritorious ceremony, and then there were some relatives. There were some of his relatives who doesn't um, uh, follow the Buddha, who doesn't believe the Buddha, and who even did some kinds of unwholesome deeds, like the King Bimbisara, those who follow to the Buddha, those who believe to the Buddha, those who want to listen the Buddha's teaching, they keep some fruits, something for the Buddha before they eat. They keep only for the Buddha and the Buddha's disciple. But some of the King Bimbisara's relatives, they did not um, uh, follow the Buddha's teaching. They don't believe the Buddha, and what they did is they took away some foods before they offered to the Buddha. They took away some foods, they ate them, and then what they did is, another one is they set fire the kitchen, and because of that unwholesome action, reborn in the hungry ghost world, and because of that unwholesome action, they are suffering. And after that Pussa Buddha, many Buddha passed away, but still they could not get relief from that kind of suffering of the hungry ghost. So in this Gautama Buddha's time, again the king Bimbisara with the name Bimbisara, he appeared again, and then he met the Gautama Buddha, and then he performed some kinds of meritorious deed, but he forgot to share the merits with his departed relatives. That's why his relatives, they made some disturbances, and the king could not sleep well. And next day he went to the temple and reported the incident to the Buddha, and then Buddha narrated this very incident. Um, what exactly that the disturbances mean to. And then he said, every human beings, after we pass away, we will have good destination. This depends on our karma. If we perform good karma, then we will have good destination. And if we do bad deeds, if we do bad action, then we will have bad destination. That is very suffering. So Buddha said, this is our responsibility, that whoever presently we are living in this world, whenever we perform some kinds of meritorious deed, wholesome action like offering, whatever we do, any kinds of meritorious deeds, we have to share the merits with our departed relatives. We don't know exactly if some of our relatives are gone in the hungry ghost, or some of our relatives, they are in the happy world, or some are not in the happy world, but they are in the very quite misery planes. So that's why whenever we perform kusala kamma, it means meritorious deed, we have to share the merits with our relatives. Although we are not sure if our relatives are born in hungry world or not, but still this is Buddha's tradition says that we have to share the merits. By sharing merit, it doesn't mean that our merits will be reduced. No, it's not like that. The more we share with our relatives and other people also, the more we get the merits. This is what the Buddha says. So that's why whenever we perform any kinds of meritorious deeds, we have to share the merits with all the living beings. That is the Buddha's teaching. So this is what exactly we did just now. So I hope if any relatives, even in a past life, in a long past life, whoever relatives reborn into hungry ghost or any miserable world, may they get these merits, we share these merits with them, may they get this merit, and may they be free from death, suffering world, may they get good destination, may they relieve from bad destination, may they live happily, peacefully, and other deities also. May the deities protect you all the time. May they come over here and rejoice the merits. We are sharing the merits with them also. So may they come and rejoice the merits, and may they live happily, peacefully, and then may they protect you all the time, so that you can live well, so that you can live happily, peacefully, and then so that you can do your all good works without any disturbances, without any problem. This is what I wish. With these wishes, today our ceremony of merit sharing is going to be end here. Okay, that's the end of this ceremony.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.